welcome to Monday Morning Detective. This is episode 4. My name is Gino Scala, and this incident takes place right here in Alabama, in a town called Sylacauga, Alabama. A gentleman, a neighbor called 911 reporting a gentleman at a neighbor's house, his SUV in their driveway, and he's not supposed to be there. She knows this neighbor. The person calling. Her name was given as Amanda. Amanda knows these neighbors and knows that they're out of town. So she reports that this black male is at the residence with his SUV parked in the driveway. So naturally the police are going to respond, probably thinking it's maybe a burglary in progress. They arrive and the black male in his mid-50s is watering flowers and watering the grass. He's got a garden hose. They have the body-worn camera footage. So he's clearly watering the grass and watering the flowers. They ask for ID. He says, I didn't bring it. I live right across the street. And they asked what he was doing there. And he said, my neighbors are out of town. They asked me to take care of the property. And that's what he was doing. He gave his name as Pastor Michael Jerome Jennings, a longtime pastor at the Abundant Life Church there in Sylacauga. So there are no real issues at this point. You're not required to have an ID, and the fact that you're in your own neighborhood. Yes, he drove over there probably without a driver's license. And you have to understand, these are not residential areas where, there's a sidewalk and a curb and you walk across the street and there's another sidewalk and a curb and you go right up to the residence. There's a lot of property around these homes. I wouldn't call them farm property, but it's substantial enough to where from front door to front door across the street, it could be a quarter of a mile. So it's not likely he's going to walk over there. He's going to jump in his truck and go across. And when we say across the street, it could be a highway, not a freeway, but a state route. So traffic could be, it's certainly going to be fast. So it's not likely he's going to walk over there or ride a lawnmower or anything like that. He's going to go over there with his truck. Well, at this point, the three officers, and I need to mention that because I think it's important to the story, that the three officers were white, and Amanda, the reporting neighbor, is white. So they ask Pastor Jennings to put down the hose. They put handcuffs on him and place him in the vehicle, taking his cell phone away. Ultimately, he was charged with interference of government operations. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why he was even taken into custody. At that point, you have a gentleman, you might pat him down for weapons. If he allows you to look into the vehicle for weapons, you do that. And you run the license plate, the tag of the truck. If it comes to his name, it's going to have his address. You're going to know the address because you're in the area. and you're a cop and you know all these things. All the information he provided was verifiable. Now you have 3 officers there. 2 could have stayed with him, and 1 could have gotten in their patrol car to go speak to Amanda and to speak to the people at the residence that he claims he lives. They did end up speaking to Amanda after the fact. She did not know him. She did not recognize him. Now, again, these neighborhoods are spread out enough to where it's very possible you don't know your neighbor. And it's possible you may not have seen them. If he's across the street, it might be around a slight corner or something. And, for whatever reason, you don't see someone for a long time. I know everybody on my street. That's just the way our neighborhood is. My wife doesn't. Well, she does, I think, know them. She doesn't talk to many of them. But I'm home, and I do talk to them. This neighbor, Amanda, did not know this gentleman, and it doesn't say that they ever followed up with at his residence. So they took him into custody and booked him into jail. And it's completely ridiculous. Does race play a part in this? I would think so. I think it does. I don't think the same thing would have happened had he been an elderly white male. That's just the reality of it. It's the reality of it here in Alabama, and it's the reality of it here in the United States. It's quite unfortunate. A lot of people believe Alabama or the South is much more prejudiced, and it's not. If anything, it's less prejudiced than the cities. It really is. But in this situation, it does not seem that way, and it's a damn shame. But the good news is he is now suing the city and Amanda, and based on these, it's going to be a civil rights lawsuit. It's got a number of attorneys, and he's probably going to win. We'll keep you apprised of the situation, but he was charged with obstructing a government operation while watering an out-of-town neighbor's plants. That's hard to believe. Okay, so that's today's Monday morning detective, Monday morning investigation, and hopefully we'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.